preparing students or the civil services aspirants. In other words, we term them as. Very good morning to all of you. I have come up with very important topic, that is how to deal with general essay in mains examination. Those of you who are preparing seriously for UPSC examination, as you all know, there are three important levels in the examination. That is, the first level is prelims examination, which is mainly meant for filtering the students. The second level of examination is basically the mains examination. This mains examination is something which is going to determine whether you will be successful or not, though it is not the final stage where your ranking or anything. It's not a final stage where you can just relax after passing this exam. There is an interview as well. But I'm telling you guys, most of the students with a lot of difficulty, they clear prelims examination and they go to mains examination. There are soon almost 9 papers you need to handle and 3 hours examination each paper, and there's a lot to do. So obviously you need to have a very smart principle, or a philosophy, that you need to handle this mains examination. I am here to tell you one very important thing, that is mains examination. You have got one very important paper, that is general essay. Earlier, when we were writing, there was only one general essay, one topic we used to select, and we used to write on one paper for one essay, one topic for 3 hours. But these days, I think there are 2 sections, and each section has got 4 questions. Section A 4 questions, section B 4 questions. Out of the 4 questions, you need to pick up one. Yes, so I think the job is easy, because total 4 plus 4 8 questions. Out of 8, if in case you're asked me to do 1 or 2 questions, I think it's pretty easy. But when it comes to presentation, it's very difficult. I'm not saying, because many a times, actually, when I was writing mains, I scored better in essay writing, general essay, rather than other subjects. The reason being, this is a very scoring paper. At the same time, if you mess it up, if you deviate, this is not a scoring paper. You got to be very careful. So I just came up with certain tips that will help you actually to handle this mains exam paper. It's a unique challenge, guys, because you know what, why is it called as a unique challenge? Because this is going to test your personality, this is going to test your attitude, this is going to test your knowledge, this is going to test your skill level, this is going to test your information that you have, this is going to test your opinion, this is going to test your character. It is loaded with so many things. They don't just give you a question, to answer, just like in a graduation level. See, being a civil servant, once you become an IAS officer, obviously you have got a great challenge. You have to prepare a lot of reports. You will be appointed for many committees, and you'll have to thoroughly analyze everything and come to a conclusion. So that is going to be tested here. You need to first understand what is the purpose behind introducing this paper. Yes, there is a logical purpose behind introducing this, and this is one thing which is going to actually filter many students in this examination. And if you follow these tips which I'm going to give you, and be aware and be smart in handling this paper, definitely your total hard work that you have put in prelims is going to help you to make you to reach interview. So as I told you, there are 2 essays, 250 marks, and 3 hours examination. Section A, there are 4 questions. Section B, there are 4 questions, out of which you need to pick up 1. Yes. What are the topics to be covered? I could say, I'm just giving a gist of these. There can be topics on development, growth and development. There can be topics on environmental issues. This is a buzzword. There can be topics on governance, that is the administration. There can be topics on social issues. Social issues are, you will definitely find one question in each section, pakka, on social issues. So you need to mentally decide, like suppose you are interested more in political issues, and you can definitely present it better, and you have to start gathering information and gaining knowledge and start presenting it. Instead of trying to be excellent in all the issues, it's better to focus on 2-3 issues. You are so much interested in environmental issues, and then you have to gather information and find out, and at least you have to start doing some work, because I'm telling you, there's very less time between prelims and mains. clearing prelims, and many people are flunking in this one mains because of one reason: they don't have adequate time, they don't have adequate preparation. There's no use. If you spend a whole lot of time only in clearing prelims and you fail in mains, what is the use? There can be philosophy related questions, psychology related questions. I will show you an example of psychology question. You got my point. So there is a lot. I mean, issues are multifarious. You don't have to worry. Suppose if in case exam is conducted only on one issue, then obviously, and that issue is not very interesting for you and you could not gather information on that, you will face problem, right? So there are multifarious issues. You have got options. I'm telling you, out of four, and that too, it represents like governance, social, political, so economic, etc., etc. Then it's easy. So choosing a topic is very important here. You need to be very smart in choosing. All right. I'll tell you one tip how to choose a topic. Yes. Stages. Any essay, as per as my experience is concerned, because I cleared mains, and I can tell you there should be three important stages. That stage is basically the introduction, the content, main content, the body of the essay, and conclusion. An interesting introduction definitely will will give the attention to the examiner, whoever is evaluating the paper. And if you start writing something to the heck of giving an introduction, if you start giving an introduction which is more technical in nature, more subjective in nature, and it does not create any interest in the minds of the examiner, then gone for a toss. How do I get it? Obviously, writing an introduction is easy. When we go for an interview, giving an introduction about ourselves, you think it's easy. What is there? Just I will talk about myself. No, 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 no. I'm telling you, you are so much here. You are just like an ocean. You do many things. You've got such a big character, such a big personality, but you have to put it in a very lucid way, right? So do you think it is easy? So unless you have been practicing every day about yourself in just 2 minutes, do you think they will give, first of all, your 30-40 minutes interview, do you think they will give you 10 minutes for just your introduction? Do you think they are really interested in knowing about yourself half of the interview? No, no. So similarly, when you're writing mains examination, my sincere advice is always make sure the introduction has to be practiced a lot. You see an issue right now, COVID-19 issue is going on. So why can't you write at least 5-6 lines introduction? How it happened? This is what a language skill. I'm not saying you're supposed to be grammatically perfect, but I'm trying to tell you cannot make a mistakes. You're going to be an IAS, IPS officer. No, bureaucracy, I mean, in the country, such a high level officers, people won't expect committing mistakes. You don't have to be speaking your language like a foreign accent or something, but you must be capable of presenting that in a very succinct and lucid way. Content may, when you give a content, you have to go on giving some examples, you have to go on giving some information, you have to go on giving some data, right? You can't just keep on writing something without giving any introduction. Without giving any data, without giving any information, without giving any illustrations. There should be, suppose you talk about something, then that something has a relevance in reality, something must have happened somewhere. Maybe a year, an information, like you're talking about, let's say women empowerment, then you have to talk about programs, when were they started, etc., etc. Conclusion part, I want to tell you very clearly, everybody can conclude, I can conclude just like that. But because these are all issues that are, first of all, you please consciously make an effort to understand that these are all issues that are going to test your personality, understanding and opinion. So since these are social issues or international relations or let's say political issues, etc., etc., you are supposed to give a solution, right? When you're giving a conclusion, that conclusion cannot be without feasibility, without possibility. You need to give a logical conclusion, I would say. A conclusion that finally makes the examiner understand, okay, this could be the final solution, this could be the possible option. Just like that, you conclude in like a graduation exams, we conclude nicely and we will give no. How dare you conclude in that way being a civil servant? You must conclude in such a way that will have logic, that should have a constructive, solid evidence, solid reason, solid possibility, feasibility, viability. These things, possibility, feasibility, viability, these are the very important things while you conclude you need to keep in your mind. Alright guys, let's move on to the next one. So, very important thing when you are choosing a topic, what are you supposed to do? Many times what happens is people choose topic because it's very popular. People choose topic because it's a burning issue. Suppose if in the coming up mains examination, if there's a COVID-19, everybody would like to take, but do you have the information? Have you got the constructive step-by-step information? Have you got the details? Or you just heard through one newspaper, you just heard through one news channel, you just heard through one expert and nicely you came to a conclusion and start presenting? No, don't choose the topic which everybody is choosing. When I was writing, there was one very important essay topic, terrorism. Everybody chose that. And one more topic, everybody, India Pakistan relations, everybody chose that. You know what? Because they are very catchy, they are very tempting, they are very interesting. Since they are very interesting, everybody chose the topic. And when you're choosing a topic, you need to apply your smartness. What is very important is there are certain topics, there are certain, like suppose if you want me to teach physics, it's going to be very difficult. Because I'm from BA background, I studied history, economics and politics. You want me to present something on science, it's going to be very difficult. I can't, my pen can't move, I can't even express anything because that is not my forte. So there might be some issues like this, right? You must have shown a lot of interest in social issues, lot of interest in environmental issues, lot of interest in international. You have to show. The funniest thing is at least 2-3 issues you have to start showing interest. You must start showing interest. Otherwise you can't simply rely on one topic. No, I'm a social person, I will focus only on social issues. If you go, what if that social issue which you have thought of has actually come out very difficult? Choose a topic, and that topic must be very interesting for you, must be very easy for you for presentation, and you must have gathered a lot of information. You must have been reading it for a long time. When I choose something in which I am interested, in which I have information, in which I have a lot of knowledge, on which I have written so many essays, maybe not the similar topic but the nature of the subject like social, environmental, international relations, etc., etc., then it's easy for me to present it, right? I will get excited, I will be so excited, to present it on the paper. That is what is very important. If you're not excited on the topic that is given to you, you will face problems. Alright, the next, see the example there, attitude makes habit, habit makes character, and character makes a man. Elucidate. That was the question I've seen recently. And I'm telling you, these kind of questions are psychological and philosophical in nature, and they're going to test your personality invariably. So whenever this kind of topics are there, first your attitude makes a habit. First of all, you have to start explaining what is attitude, and what kind of hobbies, and how attitude makes habit, and the hobbies or habits, how they are building the character. Examples you should give. Suppose if your hobby is listening to music, then definitely your character is going to be something called, you will start appreciating every musician, right? If your hobby is to understand the relevance of teacher, then whatever teacher teaches, you will start appreciating, hey, this is not easy to cover information, gather information, etc., etc. I'm telling you, anyway, we will give you in BRICS IAS Study Circle, we are going to give you your mains preparation ke liye, what all model essays that we need, because we are right now focusing only on prelims. You are not supposed to deviate from the main topic. Try to understand. You cannot deviate from the main topic. And remember, in every issue, there could be different angles, right? Different directions. In other words, I can say, just like a coin having both the sides, you will have both the sides. So you emphasize more on one side and neglecting completely the other side, you're actually committing a suicide. And I'm telling you, I have seen many of my friends when we were writing only. Even these days, I could see many students who have got zeros in essay writing. That clearly shows that you didn't have a knowledge. You don't have any idea. You did not develop writing skills. You did not develop language skills. You did not develop opinion skills. You did not develop personality. Nothing. Absolutely, you were just busy gathering technical information which is not helping you actually to present it. Always think from both the sides. That is very important. After thinking from both the sides, after explaining from both the sides, after hearing both the arguments, you must now weigh and see which argument has more potential, which argument has more weightage. Then you have to conclude based on that. You can't just like that conclude. You can't just like that present an essay. I'm telling you, these are the things that you need to be very careful, because we are not writing prelims examination to fail in mains examination. We are here toiling every day, preparing every day, so that we will clear all these levels: prelims, mains, and interview. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So what are the do's? I'm going to quickly finish it. What are the do's? You need to read quality books, means the right books. Like, let's say, Hindu journals, Hindu newspaper, Frontline magazine, Yojana, Kurukshetra. These are all certain books which are going to give you proper neutral opinion. They don't support one side. Lot of articles you have to do. Hindu editorials you should never miss. Some editorials might be so first of all, when you see the editorial, you need to first come to a conclusion. Is it social? Is it political? Is it international related? Is it environmental? What kind of a topic is it belonging to? That is very important. You always try to, because in every these days, last 3-4 years, if you could see, out of these two sections, four each, most of the topics, they are focusing more on socio-political factors, international relations, national relations. Got it? And my sincere advice, if you really want to be successful in this essay and get good marks, and this, if you score well in this, your selection almost is going to be more, because you will have better marks. Because many people flung in this paper. So since many people, there are chances that they're not going to do very well. If you could do very well, this is going to be an added weightage for you. This is what others can't do, what others are weak at. We need to focus on those areas and strengthen ourselves in that. Try explaining from both the sides when you're writing. At least weekly 3 essays if you could practice. I'm telling you, it will definitely ease your mind. Weekly 3, 7 days, May 3. Topic is very simple. There are a lot of editorials happening. There are a lot of magazines happening. You know the books very well. If you want, I'll shoot one more video to develop essay skills, what kind of books we need to read. Pick up those books and start reading, and make sure that you become perfect. One last one, that is, what are the don'ts? What are the don'ts? Avoid one-sided arguments first of all. And I'm telling you, your introduction has to be so interesting. It has to catch the attention of the examiner. That is very important. Never try to plunge into a conclusion that popular topic is going to give us. A popular topic everybody chooses, everybody writes. When everybody is writing this, I'm telling you, there's every possibility your answer quality has to be very high. I mean, it has to be better. Otherwise, because everybody is writing on the same issue, right? The next important thing is, never give illogical conclusion. You always have to give a conclusion. When you conclude on anything, do you have a solution for it? Do you really think that it is practically possible? Do you really think that it is easy, it is feasible, etc., etc.? Logical conclusion. There should be a connection. There should be a practical approach in giving conclusion. You just can't write conclusion. The next important thing is, as better as you. I'm not saying you got to be Shakespeare in English or something. I'm only trying to tell you, subjective language, as better as you can. Basic grammar, don't miss. Though essay writing, they don't insist on the quality of your English. They definitely insist on primary mistakes that you commit. So you need to, the basic fundamental mistakes, the sentence formation, etc. You write, because subjective anyway, everybody is not, we are Indians, so English is not our language. But when we become IAS, IPS, the maximum communication in the office is going to be in English. So your written English, your spoken English is supposed to be better. So work on that. How does it come? Very simple. You have to start working on it. You have to start working on it. Knowing English is different. Knowing English which is useful for presentation on the paper is different. There are a lot of people, if that is the case, half of the people they are preparing for civil services, they are excellent in English. But what is happening? Why are they failing in mains? They are better people in English. No, that is not. You need to use that language to present it in a very lucid way. Last but not the least, please do understand, never criticize without solutions, guys. If in case there is something that you want to criticize, if there is something that you want to explain your arguments against the topic whichever is given to you, you should not criticize unless you actually have a solution for it. All these things in 1000 words you have to finish. 1000 words is not a very big one, it's very small, I'm telling you. So you need to, so unless and until you limit your language or communication very effectively, this will not help you to clear this examination. For more updates and for more motivation or information related on UPSC prelims and mains, please do subscribe my channel and keep in touch with. God bless you. Have a nice day.